Hello, good morning. My name is James O. James. I work with GrowthStack. GrowthStack is a software development company specializing on enterprise application software. And I've been to a Baco company, and I was able to speak with few of the staff and came up with analysis of the workflow of the company. So I'm here to present the demo of the software so that the management can look at it and then take decision. One of the advantage of using enterprise application software is that to help the staff to work smart, faster. They don't waste time searching for record, and then also the information is available for all the people that needs it at any particular time. We also notice that the company that uses technology grow faster than their competitors. Then ultimately, the purpose of the ERP software is to save the customers and also help in faster delivery or submission of sales quotation, faster delivery of projects to the customers. So for this demo, first of all, also I'd like to show you that we've worked for several companies. We've deployed this ERP for Urban Shelter. We deploy this ERP for Brain and Hammers. We deploy the ERP for manufacturing firm. We deploy the ERP for manufacturing firm. That's a beverage company. We've also deployed for food processing and exportation company. Deployed for Ikoyi Club. We deployed for so many other companies, MP Colors, and lot of them. And also, accounting and audit firm has endorsed our software because it helps in accountability. So I'll go straight to showing you the demo. First of all, for this demo, we've been able to install sales module for sales department, which comes with the customer relationship management, and we've been able to also install module for purchasing, that's supply chain for material purchase, raw materials, machinery, and so on. And then also be able to install the inventory where you keep your stocks of raw materials, the woods, and then the other materials we use for production. Then we've installed the manufacturing module for the production department, which is the manufacturing, and also, of course, accounting software, which is going to be able to track all the expenses and then the income. And if I have time, I'll show you employees, expenses, and attendance, and so many other stuff. Now, so based on the Abaco workflow, we understood that the customer has to make a request, and when the customer makes the request, so the staff will now have to go to the site to take the measurement and then get the proper analysis of the project. And then when they are back to that particular, when they're back to the office, they can now prepare a sales quote. So I will dive direct to the sales department, and then where they can prepare quotes. So I have a sample quote here which I'd like to show to you so I don't have to waste time preparing the quote. So I have a sample quote available for you. You can see something for the Invina Signature Hotel. You have their information, you have the stock you're quoting for, and then you can do them section by section. You have a subtotal, and so I'd like to show you. You can print out this quote for submission to the company, which will come in a PDF. And the purpose of this ERP is that after the salespeople have prepared their quotation, they don't need to be the manager or whoever in charge of approvals or confirmation can log into the system and see the quote and then go ahead and then confirm the quote. Now, so if you look at it very well, that's opening right now. You can see this is a sample quotation with your company logo and the information. This is what they're quoting for section by section. You can see the ground floor, the rooms by rooms. You can see the subtotal here, and then you can have your letterhead, of course, there, and then you can have your final total, and then the terms and conditions, of course, your account details, and then you can sign. The MD can sign here for further submission. Now, So for you to be able to work fast, you can see with this sales code, if you have a similar request for codes, you can as well duplicate. You don't have to start creating the sales code from the beginning. You can duplicate the sales codes, and then you're good to go. And then this can also be done from anywhere, so you don't have to be in the office because it's a cloud software. For wherever you are, you can prepare a quote for any customers. You want to change the customer to some other customer, let's say Transcorp Hilton, and then you can move some of the items that are not applicable to this particular customer or project. And then you can edit the unit, you can edit the prices, you can change the product to anything, and then you can save it. And then you see, so you have a quote ready in a minute. You don't have to come back to the office, so you have to pull up your Microsoft Word, Excel, and start doing that. And so when this quote is finally done, the MD or the CEO can confirm the quote, and then the salespeople can then send it to the company involved or the customers involved. Now, so that's the sales module. And so once this is done, and then this particular quote is being accepted, then that can be confirmed. And then when it is confirmed, the MD has confirmed, and then so after the salespeople have done their job, so the accounting firm will now have to log in. And then when they log in, because I'm an administrator, I have access to accounting, sales, and all the other departments. But if I'm not an administrator and I'm working in sales, I will not have access to accounting. So once the customer has paid, then so we can create the invoice. The company policy can be that the customer must pay 80%, 70%, whatever percent down payment before the project can commence. So that's not a problem. So this is a draft invoice which has been created. So I'll quickly enter, if I'm an accountant, I'll go to the accounting department, and looking at the section for the customer section, I'll be able to see the invoice that is available for processing. And now, so I can see I have a draft invoice here, and this draft invoice is for Transcorp Hilton. The document is the source document is sales quotation number 2, and the staff that is involved here. So I can open that invoice. Now, so once the invoice is created and everything is fine, the customer has paid. So what I'll do is I'll post it to accounting journals, which is customer invoice journals. Then it's posted, that is created automatically. And so if the customer has paid, so what I'll do is register payment. This is the work of an accountant. I'll register payment. I'll first check the bank, and if you can have multiple banks, if the customer pay cash, you select cash. If the customer pay to ABCO Access Bank account, you select that point. If you pay, so you can have unlimited bank account here. And so if the customer paid half the money, so let's say pay 3, and then 3.46, and this is the date that was paid. Okay, that's fine. So if this if the customer, let's say, paid 3, now so if this payment was done by check, you can put the check number, the check reference, and then so then based on what the customer has paid, we see that the system has calculated the balance for payment difference. So the customer is owing us 1 million. So we can validate that, and then we can now commence the work. Okay, so that's fine. So the customer has paid, and if you check the invoice, you find out that there's some registered payments for that customer, or if you get direct to the invoice, you will be able to know how much who is owing you, amount due, and all of that. Okay, that's fine. So this money has been paid. So what next? Now, the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to produce these items. So I'll open these items. For example, let's say door, and we have to be able to. So I'll go to manufacturing. Let's see what the manufacturing section has. For the manufacturing, there are different work centers. It's not just straight line work. So we have the cutting list section. We have the optimization. We got this from the company. We got the cutting list center number 1, cutting list center number 2. We have the pressing, aging, where we have the cleaning, assembling, finishing. This is just a work center. You can create as much work centers as you would like to. Now, so I'll go to the work order, for example. Let's check out the work order to produce something like, so I have 2 work order here which are all in progress. I have the work order for production of doors. I have the work order for production of bed with 2 bedside. Now, so if I get to the, I can create many work orders. There's unlimited work order. So once I open the manufacturing work order for production of door, I know that I'm going to produce 1 unit of door, and there's a bill of material for that. There's a routing for that. The routing is from what stage to what stage do we get to. Now, so also I have the what are the things I need to produce doors. 1 door, so I'll need the H-band, I need the gum, and I need the MFC board. And look at the quantities consumed, and I have this in store, but I've not started consuming. Now, before I get to full manufacturing, assuming you don't have these materials in store, you will now begin to go to purchase department for them to be able to purchase that materials for production. Now, I've created a purchase order already for the purchase of NFC board, 10 units, and then it has been received into the store. It has been viewed, paid for, fully paid for, and then the product has not been received. So let me quickly just run through how purchase order is being created. I'll duplicate that one. I want to buy plywood, and then after I want to buy, so I can see I want to buy 20 of plywood, and the price is 7,000 naira each. So I am required to pay 140,000 for this number of plywoods. Okay, so this is the date, order date. So what I'll do, I'll save it. Now, in the purchase, this is being saved now, and I will need an authorization from the MD or the CEO to be able to purchase. But first, as a purchase department personnel, if the company has approved this, I'll go ahead and confirm, or I'll send a mail to the plywood supplier to bring this plywood up, send his own quotation. So if everything goes on well, so I'll confirm the order. This is the purchase order, local purchase order if you want to call it. Now, so when that is done, the next thing is that this purchase order will be sent to the accounting section to create bill for payment. There are several ways companies pay for their purchases. It could be when the when this vendor brings the material before they pay, or they will pay upfront. So whatever it is, so I'll log into my accounting. I'll go into accounting department. And when I arrive in the accounting department, I'd like to see something to pay. When you're dealing with sales, you go to customers. When you're dealing with vendors, all this will be trained. You'll be trained in all of this. Now, so forgive me if I'm too fast. Now, so I have to go to the vendor section. As an accountant, I'll check out the bills available for payment. I see that we've sent a request for a plywood supplier, that's the company name, to bring in this number of boards. Now, so as an accountant, I will check with the MD to find out if there is an approval or if there's money to pay for these particular items. So if there's money to pay, that's fine. So I'll register payment. That means I'm going to pay this vendor. Now, so when I register payment, which account am I paying in? Where am I paying from now? So let's assume I pay everything. I'll validate that particular payment. Now, so 20 quantity of NFC board purchased by the company. Now, so the next thing that will happen to this purchase is that the store guy or the guy in the warehouse or inventory stock will be getting ready to receive the item from the vendor. So on this section, you can have multiple warehouses. You can have several warehouses. You can have locations on the warehouses. Now, so I want to go ahead and process I have two documents or two items to receive into the warehouse from vendors. So I'm going to do this one, which is pending right now. And also, okay, so I'll go back there and then I'll check out the one that I've done today. Today is 8th of September. So they have to bring, the company is to bring, this is warehouse inventory. The company is to bring 20 boards, MFC boards, and then I am going to receive it into the warehouse. So if it's true that the numbers of boards brought is up to 20, I'll validate. If it's not up to 20, I will add the quantity that was brought. Now, so this is the done quantity. Everything is processed. Everything was brought. So I'll apply. Apply it means that I have received it into the warehouse. So if I want to check some of the products I have, if I check the NFC board, let's see NFC board. Okay, so I have NFC board here. Now, with the NFC board, I can be able to check how many is at hand. I have 128 at hand. Some of them we purchased them during the trial version. Now, okay, so I can check how the purchases are available for this. Or I can check out I can trace, traceability. I'll be able to know how was it brought in, who brought what, by what. So I collected 20 from a vendor just now. Look at the date now. Then 8 was collected from another vendor on the 6th of July. And then we also have a manual adjustment, which is the opening balance or opening stock at 100. So you see, I can trace this product. And so let's pop into the manufacturing section and see how this whole process links up together. And so we have a quote submitted and the customer has paid. Now, so we need to start to produce. So the bottom line is, because of the complexity of production in production manufacturing companies, you have several projects, several work orders going on at the same time, and some stuff, some work order can be paused. And so let's look at the door production, for example. Under this door production, these are the materials we want. We have them, and then so what the things I would like to do now is to start producing this particular door for the customer. So you can see I have several stages to produce door. I have the cutting list analysis. I have the optimization. So there are people working in analysis, there are people working on optimization tasks, there are some other guys working in the cutting tasks, some other people pressing work, some other people door training, some other people aging work, and then assembling work. Now, so if this particular production of door has to go through the analysis, so we can start working on that particular section to produce the door. You can see I can post these tasks and then get into some other tasks, or I can say it is done. But the good thing is that I can see that the work is in progress, and then the quantity produced is 1. Now, so if I get back to that work order 001, you see that I have cutting this in progress. So according to the company, we start being able to go. I understand that some work can start at a point and then can stop at a point. That's not a problem. So if let's say the cutting this guy has finished their work for this, so I can mark that as done. And then when it is done, so that's fine. I can write my report here. I can log in note. I can add pictures, whatever it is. I can add many people to this particular work order. I can add many staff. I can chat here. Okay. So we get back to that particular cutting list is finished, and then we move into the next task, which is the optimization. Optimization and start their work, and having started my work, so I can write a report. Everything is traceable. I can track the time spent on this particular work. I can check if this particular group of people, staff, are effective, or if they are delaying. I can do it automatic. I can do it by different methods. Now, so let's assume the optimization task is done as well, and then so the progress of work is that a particular point is finished. Now, so if this is you're moving on, so you keep you know finishing the task you're done. If the task is not finished, like I'm in a door production right now, and you can see that we are done with cutting this, we are done with optimization tasks, we are done with cutting tasks, and they say we are the pressing people are ready to start, the door training is in progress, or whatever. So I can now say pressing work, start work. Yeah, so those guys have started work. So we will train the production manager on how this can be, tracked. Now, okay, so while the furniture production work is ongoing, I can now try to check out what is happening in bed with two bedside production. Okay, so in the bed production, I have these materials. I have an aging tax. I have an aging band, gun, MNC board, screws, inches, and so on. These are the materials I need for this production, and then I'm going to be able to produce bed with two bedsides. Okay, so while the door is going on, I can track to see what's happening in the bed. So the purpose of this is when you have so many production, you can have the customers work lying down forgotten if you don't have a record of how this is done. And then with this manufacturing order, we can be able to track and know what section or what unit or what team in the production line that is ineffective, and we find out why. And then we can also know if there's a downtime in the machine, we're able to track that. And then the purpose of all of this is to make the work of the customer delivery faster. Now, so everything is also, I'm not going to go into more of it, so you can check out the work order. And then, so if I just go ahead and then push into optimization for the bedside. Now, so I've paused this so I can continue production. It's in progress. That work is done, and then move on to that. So that's basically for the manufacturing section. So you can see the system can track the efficiency of each of the work centers. Now the cutting base 100%, the optimization 100%. So we can calculate all of these effective, the way the work centers are operating. Now, so you can also check out through the production manager doesn't need to call the warehouse every time and ask what material do you have. He can also check out the product availability in stock. Now, so these are the stocks. You can see the different products that we have. Some of them at hand, some of them at hand, like gum, we have it 100. You can track to know how that was used. Now, so the point is that no materials can be missing, wasted, you know. And then so that's basically for that. And then so we also have the accounting section. So the accounting section to be able to, track everything accounting right here. If you look at the overview, you'll be able to know. Checking out the overview, you can see in the typical Access bank account, you have this amount of money. You can do a reconciliation, you can reconcile the account. Now, so in the account, you can manage several things. Look at what you can manage or what you can report: profit and loss, balance sheets, cash flow, bank book, cash book, day book. You can have your partner's ledger, each balance, and then you can manage your invoices, assets. You can manage your assets, equipment, and all of that. There's a general ledger, trial balance, tax reporting. So if you want to report about your tax, all you need is just click tax reporting and you have your tax calculated out for you automatically. And so you can also have a lot of things. You can manage everything, chart of account for different currency, dollar, naira. Then you can have manage different banks account. You can manage payment terms and conditions, a lot and lot and lot. So now for the accounting section, you can manage journals entries. So if I get to chart of accounts, for example, with chart of accounts, you have different journals, different accounts. You have the assets, you have the different kind of accounts. Now, so if I get to let's say, let me get to bank. I can see the journals, the transactions that has going on in the bank journals on this system. So I can see we have we purchase a plywood, we credit and debit, and then we have sales here, which is invoice. This is bill payment to vendor. This is invoice for customer. We can see the amount paid, and then this is another invoice for customer. We can see the amount paid, and then so we can be able to check and then balance our account. Okay, so basically, I'd like to stop here. So, and then if you have any question, feel free to get in touch with me, and then I'll be able to do one-on-one presentation with any head of the department and answer any question that you may have. Thank you. I appreciate the time you're taking to watch this video, and I'm so sure with this ERP, Enterprise Application Software, Odoo company will grow faster, and then the staff will not spend time looking for documents. The staff will not spend time, you know, searching for documents, and the information will be available for everyone at the same time. And then the staff don't really need to be in the office; can be in Lagos, anywhere, and then be able to access any documents and be able to work fast. Thank you. I appreciate it.